Yes, we're streaming.
Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Axe Ministry, Axe Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. Good morning! Coming to you live from Axe Media Group headquarters here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with their hosts, Matt and Jay, and Steve, and Johnny Rooster. Woohoo! Technically, they're guests.
We're so technical.
We're gonna be technical about
I
it.
love to be a guest.
Treat me like a guest.
Why
Hey, we
don't
treat
you?
the guests better than we treat ourselves. What are you talking about?
That's 5-star service.
Are we
right
all
here.
liking and sharing?
Like, share.
Like, share.
I'm trying.
Do you believe in the
I've seen a lot of our stuff being shared more.
Bibbidi-bobbidi. That's good. You gotta be sharing.
Yep.
You gotta be caring.
Sharing is caring.
I'm trying to go on my watch party, so
Share the show, not the virus.
Yes.
amen.
There you go. See, that's 3
Well, let
already.
the show go viral.
Not virus.
Not virus. Don't let go virus. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
Johnny Rooster.
We're glad to have everybody on board with us today. Let me do the share thing here. You got to share. Like and share these videos, folks.
Yes. That's what I'm doing right now.
Right now.
As we squeak.
Oh, and I'm going to go to Axe Media Group on
Oh, come
Facebook to
on.
watch it.
Facebook to watch it.
Share.
Sunny.
Bunch of guys fighting the technology.
I know it's
I'm
beating
not
me.
fighting it. We're
It's
going
beating me.
along with it. We're going right
dancing
along.
with it.
Hey, the website changed a little.
Dances with technology. A new
The
movie.
live video came up first on the website
You gotta think.
instead of having to scroll down
Okay,
and load
I'm
the
starting
page.
my watch
I like
party.
it. I hope that stays that way. Sorry,
On-
didn't mean to
On the
interrupt.
what now?
Go
What'd you say?
ahead.
What'd you say, John?
Go ahead. Think positive. That's what I said.
Think positive. You
That's
know,
hard for me to do.
Morning, Brian Sizemore.
Positively.
It is, and that takes away my joy.
and the devil will use negativity to steal your joy every
Yeah.
time. He doesn't want you to be happy about anything.
I got the joy.
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down
Down
in
in
my
my
heart.
heart.
Where? Down in my heart. I got the joy down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart to stay.
I got the
And
peace that
And I'm
passes
so happy,
understanding.
so very happy. I have the love of Jesus in my heart. Boom, 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 boom. I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the love of Jesus in my heart. In my heart. All right, good job, everybody.
And that's the end.
Contrary to popular belief, that was not practiced or rehearsed in any way, shape,
Yeah,
or
it looks
form.
so beautiful. Sounded great.
Oh, yeah.
Voices of angels.
The voices of angels.
It does say in the Bible, make a joyful noise unto the Lord.
It doesn't say it has to be a good one.
Yes, exactly. I hear that too.
So, anyways,
That's been pressing on me a lot lately. Is that I do let the weight of things steal my joy. I'm too serious.
I think that purple shirt's not serious. It's just very, I could say sexy, but I won't.
Somebody's
That would sound really bad
What
on
I
a
just
Christian
did.
radio
Yeah, it
show.
sounds terrible. It looks beautiful. It's
Yeah, there you
gorgeous.
go.
It's like
gorgeous.
royalty. It's royalty.
It's royal. Purple is royalty.
Royal.
was.
Royal.
I busted out the jacket today because, I don't know, I'm just feeling, I like the jacket.
I do like the jacket too. That's a very nice jacket. I got me one.
Very nice. I have a
This is
jacket.
nice.
99.9% of my wardrobe is non-commentable. Nobody
you
says
condition it?
anything. No, I don't. But I just got it a year ago, and I'm thinking, what do I need to do to preserve this thing?
I got this conditioner and
like
oil,
this
and it
fake
soaks
leather.
in. It's like you know.
Even with non-real leather, right?
this is no. Well, this is real leather,
Well,
so
this
it
is
works.
not. This
Oh,
is
it's
just
not.
like-
Oh, I
It's
don't
not
know.
a real thing, so maybe I can't do that.
pleather.
Matt probably should.
Pleather.
I wouldn't know how that works.
It's like pleather or not, here I come.
Bum, bum, bum.
But I
I
have a
could've-
jacket, but I didn't want to wear it today because I thought, oh, it'll be nice, and then nice and cool.
We saw you
Yeah.
out there getting wind blown,
yeah. So
Wind whipped.
wind whipped,
Wind whipped.
swirling around. His shirt going.
yeah.
Blow.
So
Got a little. The breeze went up your shirt.
that was good time.
Brilliant. Oh yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Good Monday morning.
What is the topic again?
Monday. Think.
Think
Think
positive.
positive.
Think about what? No, I'm just kidding. We need to think positive.
I'm not
I mean,
positive
with the
on
Lord's help, obviously, because people,
I do that all the time.
It's all right.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
was like,
It's
what
like
was it?
if you want to say it again, you hear it again.
Steve Schultz says, keep your day jobs.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
likes
This is
that.
my day
Steve.
job, so I will keep it.
Yeah, apparently he likes the singing.
I'd rather keep this day job than any other
Another
day
rave
job I've ever had
5-star
before.
review on the singing quality.
Yeah.
Start a watch party.
Good
a
morning,
watch party.
good
A wa-
morning, Keith
Doing
Bradford.
something a little bit
A
different.
watch party.
Watch
you know,
party.
A watch party.
One of my.
we got like 4 people talking different things. At the
That's
same
all right.
time.
We're not saying
Different
anything.
languages.
Oh, remember
Yeah.
we did that? We were all like,
Yeah.
and
This
it was
microphone,
funny.
I was trying to say something, but it
Oh, yes.
was nothing.
It was,
It
So
was
you
just
just
what-
said-
positive.
Yes, it was a combination of words that really didn't mean anything
Mr.
at all,
Cobb's gonna
which is
pull it
better
in.
than negative.
Yeah,
Yes.
positive.
See,
So
Yeah.
today's topic is think positive. Okay,
and
so
that's what we are doing.
and it makes life a lot easier, a lot better if you just try to look on the bright side.
The
of
thing
life.
is, I try to be a problem solver. Problems interest me, and solutions.
That's why we're such good friends.
And
So
have a
working
brighter living
towards a
day.
solution means that you're hanging around a little bit near the problem.
Hey,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true. If you've got a solution, there's a problem involved.
Well, even if you don't have one, but you want to find one.
You
That
wanna
means
find
you
a-
got to
does that
hang
mean you're
You
around.
want to find a
looking-
solution, or you want to find a problem?
Is that like codependency?
Are you looking for problems?
Yeah, to solve.
You know what? I thought about this as the superhero idea. If people, the guys that are superheroes, or supposedly, they're always trying to solve it their way.
Yeah.
But they don't want people to know who they are, so they jump into a costume.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we are sometimes as Christians. We're like superheroes. We're trying to solve problems and rescue instead of let the Holy Spirit do his job.
Right.
Whoa.
Well, because sometimes you can
But we
rescue
bring the Holy
somebody.
Spirit there.
Yeah, but sometimes you can rescue somebody so much that you become an enabler and you start becoming to them what Jesus should be.
I guess I do track to rescue, but I think more
Solving
so. I'm also
problems.
maturing. You know what I mean? I'm not quite as easily drawn into that, and I do recognize the path that I've seen so many times. One that can lead to a real lifetime of hard work with no real progress.
Allowing somebody you care about to go through a hard time and learn is really something most people aren't willing to do. They get involved. I did with a family situation, made it worse by trying to help.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and I've seen myself. I've done that too.
But I think thinking positive, you got to think about yourself as somebody that can change somebody when you change yourself. My positive energy goes back here. It's like put your oxygen mask on first, then you can help others. I don't want to be running around trying to help them when they see flaws and issues that they don't want me to help. They're not asking me
help.
to help.
Right.
That's the difference.
Because then
Yeah.
you have a problem there. Then one problem layers to another problem. And
Well, I
it's
usually
just
think of
layers
bigger
problem.
problems too. It's not like both. But I mean, I start thinking about solutions like. So here's a topic, right? We think about free college, one of the campaign issues, and I think who's going to pay for that, right? That's a hugely expensive thing. But my idea is, and I'm thinking, okay, so if this happens, how can we, those that oppose it because of the cost, be maybe given something in return, like in a negotiation? So I would say, okay, so first of all, you have to have the grades to get in then, right? You have to have done the work. And then if you don't maintain the grade while you're in there, if your grade falls below a decent, better than decent grade, then you're out. And if you want back in, you have to come and you have to go before 2 teachers in that field.
Tell you what, Steve, he does think it out. Way.
Well, listen, yeah. So
every detail.
So you have to go before literally physically before 2 teachers in the same field in order to get back in, and then they would ask you questions on the subject because tests can be faked.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
you
you
got
would-
all of that from free education.
Right. Well, so
All I see when I see free education is, what a bozo. That'll never work.
Running
I don't
China.
even think beyond that.
But here's the thing, and let me get to the end because it's the most important part. It's the dividend. So they come back, you come before like
Kevin?
a small board of teachers in the fields that you're trying to
Okay.
get back into.
Okay.
They ask you questions about the fields. So you have to have some basic knowledge of the field. You can't fake the test because even if you are faking the test, you have to have the knowledge of enough knowledge of it to be equipped mentally to even to fake the test. You know what I mean? You can't really fake it. You're there. They can ask you questions. Plus, you don't get the biases because you have a board, like a panel of teachers. So one can say yes. So it would have to be like 3. That way you won't have one teacher who hates you keeping you out just because they hate you.
You kind of lost me like 17 sentences ago, but I get that you're saying.
Well, once your grade falls below a certain amount, if everybody's paying for it, you can't
Yeah.
be paid. Nobody's
you're
going to
holding
pay
that
for it.
system accountable.
Right. So in order to
for
get
its
back
own
in after
success.
you've been kicked out, you have to go before a board of teachers in that subject. They have to approve that you have the knowledge and the interest in it to come back in, and then you're back in. But here's what that would do. That would make sure that the student's doing the work. Right?
You're
They're having
sure that they're going to get the
and
standard.
then, right,
meet
the standard. And then in the end, you know also that you're equipping people who can go into their field and actually have a good grip on the material and be able to advance that. So the student can become the teacher by showing their interest in the subject and in the field that they're going into, showing the real interest in it to be able to stand on their own.
It should be the same way as with scholarships.
Yeah,
In
because
order to
aren't we-
maintain a scholarship, you have to
don't they have
maintain a certain
private donors?
GPA.
we don't want students to always be the student or to become the follower.
Cooper?
We want the student to be able to advance the field, right? We
Yeah.
want a student to
True.
be able to come in and advance the field, and then the teacher to be teaching their material next year.
Pull that into think positive.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's what I was thinking positive. So, but that's also how you get the dividend that might make it more appealing to those who say, how are you going to pay for it? Well, the payment is going to be in the future. You're going to have students who are capable of advancing a field. And then the teachers that approved them and got them in will be getting the material from the advanced student after they graduate. You know what I mean? So you go into a field, you become an expert. You go out, you put it into practice. You learn something new. You develop that field into something better than it was, right? Well, then the same teacher that taught you is going to be teaching the material, the new advances that you bring to the field.
And that's thinking
so the
positive.
student becomes the teacher, and the fields get advanced.
So you're
So-
making good of a situation that
there-
you thought,
th-
well,
there's
Yeah.
where the positiveness comes in. Now, there's a lot of colleges, including there is a college in Hollister that has paid to.
Lee
You don't pay
Mallinson?
any tuition at all,
Mm-hmm.
but it's done by private donors. Private donors come in and they actually pay for it. So you're actually now part-time students have to pay. Full-time students don't have to pay.
See, I don't think that should be mixed with the same program, though, because
We got a comment.
you
here.
can have a
all right,
wealthy
what's your
person.
comment? He's got a
comment is
comment.
my fear is that if we have free education, that means the government will be involved. Do we really want the government involved? Look at what happened to healthcare once the government got into that. Example, the Affordable Care Act.
I'm not talking about the government doing it. I'm talking about the people. If you were going to pitch it and people were going to vote for it, well, then that's how the people would say, well, maybe this could be a good idea. But you'd also have to keep it separate from the donor end, because a donor could be a parent who just wants to get their kid in school and get their kid some credentials so
Yeah.
they can get into a field where they can just do mediocre work.
More
If there's
disease.
one point to our education
Diana.
system, isn't it really to further society, to come up with new ways of doing old things where they can be advanced and made better and made more efficient and more effective? And if you're not getting that, you're out. If you're not ready, if you're not interested in your field enough to really work on it and to do a good work in that field, then
And it's
you're
only
not gonna,
Monday morning, folks. This is true.
Yeah.
But that's like a heaviest truckload I've ever had on a Monday morning. That's awesome, Jay. I miss hanging out with you, man.
I bet you do.
This has been a
That
real.
was a heavy truckload.
This has been very educational.
I get it. I get what you.
But that's
this-
how I think of problems. How can we solve them, even if it's one I don't like? Is
He's
there a way I can make it something I like?
analytical.
I would
You're
rather
saying
get
That's
hit
a
in the
different
face with
mind
something-
than mine.
I would rather get hit in the face with something like this than what I've been through the last couple of
Like a
days.
Yeah.
shovel.
Try not to get hit in the face at all.
You know, I hit something in the face the other day with a shovel.
Was it a possum?
Yes. You're already on to me.
No, I'm just saying.
The thing was digging up my yard.
Those are.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Johnny Rooster.
Jay had to hit one. Good morning, Kim Lusk.
Never mind, the Possum Association
By the way,
just
did
going
you
to
say
call
Mike
us.
Crimper was on your watch party?
Yeah, he was. He said good morning.
Yeah.
Good
morning, Mike. By the way,
I wave at everybody that comes into my watch party.
Yeah, that's
So-
the
so do I.
electronic wave.
And thank you,
With a
Mike
yellow
Crimper,
hand.
for the medicine.
Yeah,
Not medicine.
supplement.
Supplement that you gave me yesterday. I appreciate it.
Shock treatment.
See, check it out. Hey,
He's in Branson right
this
now.
is the digital wave. 1111000000001.
Wow.
It was a wave.
Digital wave.
That was education.
So how do you think of things as positive that aren't so
Positive
weighty or-
energy is what I think of. I think about the energy behind my anger or my distress.
Morning,
Hey,
Deanna
Becky.
Miller.
So if you guys want to hear about the thinking positive idea,
Morning, Jimmy Lee.
it's the mindset that I am not going to make the difference by being frustrated, angry, or irritable. So that's my positive. If I am not those things, then I'm just relaxed. If I'm relaxed, example, there's a personal conflict between two people in the room, and I'm the third party. I don't like it. I find myself getting more and more frustrated.
I don't like-
And I want
I
to
don't like it
insert
either.
something clever, because that's what the rooster does,
Yes, he
or
does.
something sarcastic, which is my second language. But I don't. And what I start doing is I start
Morning, Uncle Ray.
relaxing. And I start relaxing because I think about how God loves everyone involved, and they don't. The situation is so temporary.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Now,
I'm looking
even
forward
if
to
it's
seeing
free
you
health
next
care,
week,
a
or
big
couple
talking
weeks.
point, it's temporary as far as what the disagreement is. We want education to do better. That's the underlying theme, whether
Yeah.
it's free or not.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's good that you're
Yeah.
working on why it could work.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. You know, you also think like, okay, so and it is a mindset that you have to be in. I have a tendency. I don't know if you guys know this. I have a tendency to to interject comedy where most people would deem it inappropriate.
No.
Except that it's
that-
helpful.
I try
But
to
it's
be
helping
helpful.
you because you're staying positive when you do that. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I always try to stay positive, anyways. I mean, there should be a silver lining on every cloud.
But you got an energy behind that, because if you are so serious and you're not following, then you're getting angrier, because that's
Morning,
what I would be
Virginia.
doing.
Yeah,
Or Dennis.
I have a bit of getting. I have a.
Making a light.
I get anxiety
Yeah.
sometimes, like, and I don't like confrontation. I'm like you, Rooster. I hate
Like a-
confrontation.
I get this confrontational tightness in my chest, and I don't want to work through it, and my
about you
rational
guys?
mind shuts down. So if I'm in that fight or flight, and I tend to fight, and I don't like that, I think the best approach would be to relax, step back, think positive means, hey, there's a bigger picture. They have opinions that are different. They're not getting along, but I'm not going to be the one to scold them for it. I'm gonna let it go, because I like to make it right on the spot. I'm a justice warrior in my mind. Like,
A justice warrior?
Make it all right. Get on this cape and this tights and
Yeah, forget the cape and the
Superhero.
tights.
just do it. Incredible Hulk.
But yeah, with the positive with me, the positive thinking that I have to have is because of my CMT. There's a
And
lot
that's
of
not country music television.
What does CMT stand for those who don't know?
Charcot.
Marie Tooth.
Yep, it was developed by 3 English doctors that discovered the nerves in the peripheral, the peripheral nerves, and it's nerve damage actually. And I was on a Zoom on Saturday, so that's why I'm kind of educating myself on this. But it's nerve damage, considering that it's peripheral. Like every, I don't know really how to explain it other than it's nerve
Secondary.
damage.
And
What?
you were saying
Secondary.
because of that, what were you going to say?
I'm just going to say that because of the way I felt the last couple of days, and it does make you trip and fall, and the positiveness out of this is that God made me who I am, and that's the positive part of it, because if I look at the negative constantly, Satan's going, I got you right where I want you. And if you fight it and you say, you know what, Satan, you're nothing. You know, the Lord lives in me, and I need to shine and still be the light. As horrible and as painful as it is, a lot of times that's the negative. But the positive is I know that I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me.
Wow.
Yeah, Philippians 4:13.
Awesome.
So Janice says, Matt, I have a funny story for you. I went shopping for a new phone, and I'm downtown, Grand Blank. I don't know what that means, but I pull in a gas station, and there's a rooster walking around, and the owner said,
I can relate.
he's always out there. She says she laughed so hard at that. I mean, how many? We got a rooster that just walks around up here sometimes.
Yeah.
Is she talking about Grand Blank, Michigan, or just Grand Blank? Like,
Yeah, you watch your language, Grand
Yes,
Blank.
Grand Blank, Michigan. Insert name here, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
so yeah, to
Rapids.
everybody joining us today, we're talking about thinking positive. Now,
did I make sense though a little bit ago about what I was talking about?
at least $1 worth.
Okay, that's good.
99 cents plus tax.
That's
$1.06,
good.
$1.06,
And it was
$1.06.
only 98, so 97, so you still got your 2 cents.
Yes,
I still got my
he
2
put his
cents.
You
2
gotta know
cents
the
in there.
tax rate to know that one.
I try to
yeah.
give somebody my 2 cents to hand me change. So
Right.
That's not good.
Thinking positive.
thinking positive, like you look and there's a big old storm cloud coming, and then you think about things like, oh well, we need the rain.
What about
Dancing in
being
the
a
rain.
positive influence? So you could say, like, for me, the seriousness of the conversation I had before it was my way of thinking positive.
Yeah.
But other people's perspective looking in at that is that it's a stressful and difficult thing. Now, whereas I feel good trying to work towards a solution that somehow brings something to the table for everybody, dwelling in the negative and how to change it or to bring it about to something that could be positive is what I'm trying to work on. But for, like I said, that's not a positive influence because you're focusing on a negative and difficult, with opposite sides who are very emotionally involved and emotionally connected.
How do people today,
How do you have a positive influence?
how do we as Christians now think positive in a world that doesn't think the way we do?
Or have a positive influence? Like, because I can sit there and focus on the problem,
I-
right? But then I'm what do we call? What did you call it?
Obsessive.
No, triggering both sides just by bringing up the subject. Whereas I'm trying to work towards a solution, and that pleases me to do it. I'm triggering both sides because I'm bringing up a sore subject. So that's not a positive
That's a
influence.
good point. That's a good point because it's a divisive topic.
Yes,
It's
and how
not
do you
like
have
it's- Yeah, it's not like you're trying to make a better light bulb. It's just this is more negative behind it. It's like
Yeah.
some people are adamantly against the concept.
Yeah, and
and
won't
you're-
listen to any.
So you do have a shutdown there. I think when we think positive, it's beyond a
Spacing
mindset.
out there
It's
for a second.
beyond a little action.
I think maybe the intention too. And,
Here's a quick one from yesterday. As I was watching my virtual church, the pastor was saying, we are in Christ. We are not just followers of Jesus, which is an action. We're not just believers, which is in your head. Believers is what you use to describe Christians, or follower of Jesus.
I've heard that.
Those are
many times.
actions. Those are good words. Those are good terms. But if we are in Christ, we are part of the vine, and the branches are together. They're not one branch here and one branch here and one vine here. It's all connected. We're in Christ. We have a different approach if we are in positivity than if we just do the action of thinking positive because I'm so angry and I just got to get through this stress. I got to count to 10. Those are actions when you don't have that positive mental energy.
Uncle Ray says, there is a verse that says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. He said, I don't remember the reference, though. Steve Schultz says, looking forward to watching your
in
new
reference
show,
to
Jay."
what? What's that?
The reference, the scriptural reference.
Scripture. What's the chapter and verse?
As a man thinks in his heart, so is he.
It's Googleable.
Googleable.
You
I
can
said
always Google it.
Googleable.
very
He said
Googleable.
Googleable. I'm like, okay.
That's
Is that
some-
a new? Is
You
that a
could
new
eat that
rooster
on
ism?
every Thursday night. We eat our Googleable with our
I'm just gonna say
goulash.
that's a roosterism.
Goulash is good.
Goulash and Googleable.
Goo-
Mix it in. It's spicy.
I mean, I don't eat
It can
goulash.
kick your
but
butt.
So
I don't like goulash, but
Thanks,
if I
Jay,
did,
for what? I didn't hear it.
You said there is a verse that says, as a man thinks,
So is he?
so is he in his heart.
your intention is what matters.
Yeah.
It's
If
not
the outcome
Proverbs, is
isn't
it?
interpreted properly, maybe you can do better.
I always refuse to let the devil steal my
But
joy.
yeah, you will not own that negative.
Take
But how joy manifests itself and shows itself in you is one thing, and how it affects other people is another. So I can take joy in trying to solve a problem to try to make things better for posterity, and that really is my intention. I'm just a small guy. I'm not saying that I can come up with that I can do any great thing like that, but that's what I'm thinking about, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to offer is a solution to a big problem. But like I said, it has a negative effect on the other people involved.
Yeah, because it's a toxic topic.
Right, so maybe paying attention to that.
Yeah.
And see, and that's the thing is I don't see it as toxic. I see it as a problem that needs to be solved.
And it is,
Because toxic
ultimately.
you would think is going to kill.
True. I think people are divided by words. And I think
Right
thinking
now.
positive means that in your thoughts, it's not speaking positive. The topic isn't speaking positive, it's thinking. You don't always have to speak everything that comes to your mind.
See, that's my problem. Is sometimes,
Speaking.
sometimes I do have a little bit. What they call verbal diarrhea, where it just kind of
It just blah.
I call it Tourette's.
the filter in my face
His
is,
Tourette's
is
moments.
from my brain to my mouth. The filter is broken sometimes.
Well, you know
So
what?
it's like,
it's because we have the human body in us, and we're not perfect until
We have a
God
human
changes-
body in us.
I mean,
Well, we're in a human body.
know,
that's
I'm
good.
just being honest.
Otherwise, we'd be alien.
It
and that,
sure
you know-
beats being
hey,
in
but we are-
spandex.
But we are aliens and strangers here on Earth.
Aliens. Okay, never mind. 1983 came back real.
Yeah,
real
I
quick.
know.
When I was 3 years
That's right.
old,
Right.
It's a
You
I
know
just
that
like
one,
to
huh?
point out that I'm the youngest person.
Well, and
here.
was it like, see, Jesus, they killed him, and he was perfect, flawless, right?
He
Yeah.
looks
But
very young.
Jesus was, in effect, the law itself because it exposed the imperfection of others. So when they saw Jesus and he was perfect, to them that was imperfect because it exposed them for
Yeah.
what they are.
Did
And
Jesus?
us, for me.
What a man thinks in his heart, so is he. The thought process happens first.
Mrs. Rooster says that's Proverbs 23:7.
Ah,
told you
she
it was
had
Proverbs.
Google.
I knew it was Proverbs.
She challenged that. Say
I was
she didn't
half
know
right.
it without
That-
Google.
Andrea Cockcroft is your wife.
Yes,
Andrea,
We
thank
call
you
her
very
Mrs.
much.
Rooster.
Mrs. Rooster.
She probably hates that.
Probably didn't earn that name and didn't assign herself that
And she's
name.
probably rolling
No,
her
no.
eyes as we
Mrs.
speak. She's
Rooster.
rolling her eyes.
Wasn't
going,
that,
oh,
isn't
no.
that a hen?
Yes. We could go on.
No,
Probably
well,
It's one of
could
those
go
things
on.
where if you want to be able to think positively later, we'll
we
stop.
could move. We could move
Right.
on. Is what
You know,
I mean. We
yeah.
could move on.
I teased the kids when I did a creation story a couple weeks ago in Awanas, and I said, and the roosters laid eggs. And then they
And?
looked at me, and I was like, what's wrong with that? And I said,
Jonathan
"Roosters don't
Kretzman wants
lay
prayer.
eggs."
Jonathan Kretzman wants prayer. He says, "Pray. I need prayer for my brother Michael Thompson. He went missing Friday,
Uh-oh.
St. Louis area, on his motorcycle after he left for work.
Oh, no.
So we're praying for a safe return."
When your mind is consumed with an issue like that, the thinking positive thing seems to evaporate.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then you obsess over, and I try to think to myself whenever I'm overly obsessing over something that I really have no control over at that point in time. What's the point of obsessing over it and getting upset about it if there's nothing that you can do about it? You're just hurting yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
when the negative overcomes
Okay, so
the
this
positive.
is a person that's facing something drastic. And
Yes,
it just
now
takes
this
takes the
your
wind
mind
out of
always
sails.
goes to the worst possible situation.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So
Speaking of positive things, though, we're trying to do something positive here. We're trying to build a network that's live 24 hours a day and has its history recorded and saved that you can go back to any time, any show, and watch it. And if you want to help us and be positive,
Settle down.
Great
we
segue.
thank you very much for being our regular, watchers. I've been looking at the numbers of shows that are watched, and it's getting to be quite a bit.
We love all three of you. We really do.
But we thank you, yes, and we thank you for watching. But if you're valuing this, and our viewers are regular viewers, if you value this, and you obviously do because you're a regular viewer, and you know anybody that might be interested in watching, please like and share these videos with them by name, and then they will see it. And maybe tag it and say, hey, in this show they talked
Yeah.
about this. Why don't you check it out? So that would really help us a lot because we need to grow our audiences to become a viable network that's attractive to people who might invest or come in and try to partner with us to build it even further.
I have a lot of Michigan friends now that have been on my watch party, and they are now talking to them. I said, rather than talk, just tag them. And so
Tag.
Now that's what they're doing. They're actually
Yes.
growing my watch party just by them sharing and liking and tagging people.
Like and share. Right now, guys.
Tag, you're it.
And if you'd like to help us the other way, like if you'd like to help us by donating, it would be much appreciated. You can go to your browser, go to ACTS televisionnetwork.com. You can go
It's
in there.
axmediagroup.com.
AXMediagroup.com. Sorry, ACTS
It's on the screen.
mediagroup.com. It's on the screen. Go there on your browser. You can go to the drop-down menu, and you can
axmediagroup.com.
go to donations. You can even leave a note to leave that donation for a specific purpose. So
Yes,
please do that
and-
if you're
and,
willing.
I do want to say, being the marketing promotional director, that there are new sponsors coming down the pipeline, and they will be probably on this radio show here very soon.
Yeah. And we do need sponsorship, and for me right now with our audience sizes, I would be very grateful for any sponsorship where you would consider that a donation to help us advance the Axe Television Network, Axe Media Group network.
Right.
The benefit to you is that you would be helping us do it. You know what I mean? And we don't have a massive audience where we can sell a lot of product, though we
Although
can
the
sell
audience is
some and
pretty,
have.
pretty jacked up today. I mean, there's quite a few more.
Hopping.
More than
It's
usual.
all
Yeah,
about.
yeah. So welcome to the party.
Yeah.
And guess what? One of those sponsors includes food,
We love food.
especially pastries.
Bring
Yes.
on the food truck.
Love pastries.
Hi, everybody.
I'm loving the pretty purple boy.
Hey, you know,
Purple Boy.
He's a
Captain
plum.
Purple.
well, what can I
plum.
say is I love you.
Yeah, Barney. Ooh, yeah.
And he loves
That was
me.
kind of
love you.
that was kind of a
Yeah.
creepy show.
That is a very creepy. Not as
Very.
creepy as the Teletubbies.
No, that's wrong.
Potty, potty.
That- oh, no, please.
It wasn't that creepy before the controversy, though. I mean, the kids loved it. I didn't. I thought it was.
Well,
you know,
gaudy.
When you're little,
it has
you
a
like
good,
it.
It has its good and its bad.
If you're 3 years old, it's good. That's
Yeah.
your target audience. You
There
gotta
was a
consider
show
the
on
target.
Ozark Public
Yeah.
Television
Wasn't
one
about
time
us.
called
Right.
Fuba.
That's better
Okay.
than another.
Oh man, and it was the weirdest. Okay,
Fuba.
it made Teletubbies look like they were normal and they were maybe like accountants or something. This was a really
This is
weird
the
show.
Teletubby version of Morning Drive.
Yeah.
Hey, we need
Log
you to
that
wear
on the
red,
on the
you to wear
timeline.
green, and you to wear yellow.
I'm not
I don't
ready
look
to
good
do
in
that.
yellow.
I did wear red.
And we need a TV screen. We need to wear like little monitors around our necks and have them just like right here.
I wore red, okay?
So you're the color of Poe.
I'm sorry that you know the names of the people, the characters involved. That's
You know,
disturbing.
I'm
Wait, you are younger than
I
us.
am a daddy.
I gotta forget. I
I'd
gotta
rather become a
shuttle
banana
this.
split.
First time.
The 1980s was just a history book for this guy. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
No,
gotta
I
realize that.
I was born in 1980.
1980.
So I lived 10 years of the 80s.
You gave it a good run.
Yeah.
I was
Started
a
at the
sophomore
beginning.
in 1980.
I remember running around in diapers. If that makes you feel any better.
I don't want to picture that.
I don't either.
Purple diners, the purple dinosaur.
Well, I met him back then.
Diaper
So
sore.
were you in diapers still then?
Diaper
I think
sore.
you were.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sore
you know,
from my
I just quit
diaper.
drinking, so
No.
I'm just kidding.
A drunk dinosaur.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school when you were when you were wearing diapers.
I know, crazy.
Who's Mark?
You should have
That's
been
what
a
I was-
babysitter for
Is
him.
there a Mark Cockcroft?
Mark? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my son. He's he's in the U.S. Navy.
We
Oh,
actually
okay, we
talked to
spoke
him.
to
Yeah,
him.
we spoke to him.
While
Go
he was
Navy.
in
Hello,
Spain.
Mark.
Italy.
He's stationed in Naples, Italy. Is he
Italy,
watching?
that's it.
Is
Yeah.
he watching?
Yeah, he's watching.
That's,
Hey,
that's
Mark, it's good to have you back with us.
fantastic.
Mark,
appreciate you.
Go Navy.
Thank you for
Yeah.
your
This
service.
is coming from a Navy veteran.
Yes.
In the Navy.
Mark does the assistant.
You can sell the
He's the assistant
70s.
to the chaplain,
Yes.
and he is
Very
talking to
important
me
job.
yesterday about how they can't be everything for everyone. You can't
Yeah.
always rescue and solve everybody's problem.
What? You can't?
So that
No.
maybe thinking positive would be you think about your situation and you pray about it, thinking
Yeah.
instead of actions all the time. Well, I like to do, but I don't think that's always appropriate when I jump in.
It's hard for me to do. I always try to jump in, but I do notice that
Head first.
just listening, if
Superhero.
if somebody knows that you're a Christian or a minister or a chaplain or something like that, and they've come to you to talk,
Yeah.
they know the application to your faith to their problem, and so just letting
They
them
know.
talk about it helps them to technically work it out with that application in mind.
So they know the background. But
Yeah.
if others don't, definitely be careful when you're jumping in, unless it's
Yes.
spirit-led. You know when it's a prompting, but if it's not, you're just talking on your own. Really
then
watch
you're
that.
talking to yourself, and it
Well,
just
you're not
makes
going to be effective.
and it's going to be awkward.
You'll be combat ineffective.
Yeah.
Combat
Taking
ineffective.
casualties here.
Is that a new word?
Combat ineffective. What is your
combat
major
ineffective.
malfunction?
Oh no, I'm getting into my my peppy.
That combating is effective, right? Isn't that what you're saying?
You want it to be effective. You want your
Yes.
words to carry weight and salt.
If
And
you're
we're-
going to combat, it better be strong, and you better be able to back it up if it's combative.
we can't go into the
but you don't
battle
want-
half-cocked. I'm using that because I'm the rooster.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But you don't.
So
wanna
if
go
you
be
you can't
combative.
go in there without the word Roft on the end of your last name, right?
But you don't want to go in combative. You want to go in. If you're going
That's
to
so
combat,
inside,
you
nobody
better
will get
have
that.
something
Yeah, I
to
get
back
it.
you up.
You've got
Rooster.
to know your audience. Exactly. That's why he's talking to me. Like there's two of us that understand his joke here, and it's like, what are you alienated the 6 people watching or whatever?
There's a lot more than 6 people watching today.
I am being
Hallelujah.
sarcastic, but yeah, that's good. I'm glad they are, and I hope that they continue to watch because there's good things
It could
coming.
be 10
better.
by the end of the week.
It could be, yeah, could even be like the disciples.
Yes.
12.
I did just use an inside joke because your name is
Theory.
Cockcroft. You said half cocked, so I,
I-
said
I-
if you take the Roft on the end.
Yeah.
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 I got it.
That's well, the
It
audience.
was funnier before you
see-
explained it.
Yeah. See,
See,
It's like
Ouch.
there
Sorry,
was
that
this-
wasn't very
connected.
positive.
it's kind of like one I don't have to explain. Would be like the Catholic nun. She's in the grocery store, looking over the lemons. All of a sudden, a white fairy drops in front of her. She's so terrified. She's spraying that thing and praying. She's going, "Pale fairy, full of mace, arrested art thou among lemons."
Oh man,
Think through that.
folks,
Ba-dum-bum.
it's Monday
That's an
morning. and
original.
if-
You don't explain.
Or the
You don't
crickets.
explain it. Don't explain it.
Yeah, I don't.
I was
well,
waiting for the crickets.
I may not get it if you don't.
oh, that's like the
explain
guy that was in the car accident.
Walk you through it.
And he
Right.
they had to amputate his left end, his left leg and his left arm. And you know, the doctor came out and talked to the wife. She goes, "Is he okay?" Yeah, he's all right now.
Oh man,
All
like I said, folks,
right.
it could be worse. It could be dad jokes.
Hey,
Yeah.
they are
Don't get
dead.
me started.
Yeah.
Those are dad jokes.
I'm a dad, and
Oh,
I
well,
crafted that
that's
joke.
probably
I
why.
manufactured
Yeah.
that. It's not.
Did you really?
Yeah, I made that one up. So you got to realize
Arrested thou
you're
art
mocking
amongst
my
lemons.
material. I'm so offended.
I
it's
see. I
funny.
see that in your face.
Well,
it's
I'm-
expressing.
We got
But
the
it's
cry
fun.
corner right
It's
over
okay.
there.
It's good to have original
We have,
material.
as
That's
you
what
can
I'm
see,
saying.
we
Yes.
have a teddy bear over there you can hold on to and some lollipops.
It's
Yes.
better to have good original material.
And you hug
It
it
is.
real
It's
Not
tight.
just
Yeah.
average.
You
And it
even
says-
got a what a not a
a
I'm
Monday
not
call it-
sure if
it's a
the
Monday
jury's
call.
still out on the
It's
average
not the
even
word
because I
she
don't get it.
uses.
You don't get
Pacifier.
I get some of it.
it. Pale
There's two
fairy
conversations going on.
is
at
the
once.
white fairy.
Oh, okay. So
Full
it's not
of
scripture.
mace.
It's a.
She's
She
spraying
sprayed it
the
with mace.
Catholic. She's spraying
Right.
the fairy.
Right,
Okay.
'cause of the-
pale fairy, full of mace. Arrested art thou among lemons, because this pale fairy
It said,
landed
"Blessed
on the
art thou
lemons."
amongst
Blessed
women."
art thou.
Okay, now
amongst
we do
women.
have to
Okay,
explain
now
it.
I get it.
See,
Well, is
And it's better when it's
arrested are
explained.
thou? I couldn't
Did you
remember the
folks
word that
understand
was
what
replaced.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Hail Mary.
3 people talking at once. That alienates people, right? Am I
All right.
right?
That
Right?
drives people nuts.
I was followed.
Well, you know,
I got the joke now.
do you?
Pale
Good.
fairy.
Yeah, I think it
Now
was
you
just
like
'cause-
Is it better now?
I didn't know the second half
I have
of the
to,
material you
explain
were.
Joe's to him.
So
Uh,
the prayer, the
Right,
Catholic
yeah, I didn't know the
It's
second
Hail
half.
Mary, full of grace.
It's a Hail Mary.
Arrested art the
Oh
can't even say
man,
it.
you almost
Hail Mary. full
Arrested
of
are
grace.
you amongst lemon men?
Blessed art thou among women. Arrested art thou among lemons. So they're
Yes.
arrested with this mace.
Mace.
It's,
Yes.
you know, as a person
Gotcha.
with some dyslexic issues, I understood that perfectly.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Was it-
saying the actual Hail Mary. So.
At first,
Hail
I thought he
Fairy.
was too.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's pale fairy, full of mace. Arrested art thou among lemons. It's very clever.
But that's
Because
just like
it's white
saying
fairy.
the
It is
story
very
of
clever.
Cinderella
Extremely
backwards.
Yes.
When you realize it.
Have you
Yeah.
ever heard that? The story of Cinderella backwards? Ooh, that's
But if you can do that with that,
See, that's
That's
good.
complicated.
you could do something with anything.
Yes, that's a complicated joke.
Yes, it's very difficult to have it actually mean, to actually be words.
It's actually pretty funny. It's a pretty.
It is
really
pretty
if you,
funny.
you got to think it through, but it's good. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for that Monday morning.
And you didn't
See-
write that down, did you?
And
No.
you know what?
See, you got to write that
It's
down and
Monday
mail it to
morning,
yourself.
so you have to understand.
It's recorded now.
You
It's
have to
recorded.
understand when it's Monday morning, anything could happen.
Monday.
Any-
La 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 la.
There you are.
That was good.
I really like that song.
That was beautiful. That is. It's,
ba-
that is a great song.
What-
It is a great
Yes,
song.
and
What are you?
Manic
I would
Monday
hate that. I
Bangles.
would be
You're an 80s
Mama.
seasick watching that video right now.
Yeah, just another Manic Monday. by
Just
the,
another manic Monday.
la la la
It's not fun day.
la la
With the word Sunday.
la la la. I don't want to run day.
and then there's rainy days and Monday.
Yeah, rainy days and
Rainy
Mondays
days.
always get me down. Can you imagine if it's
Always
raining on
get me
Monday?
down.
That's like a double downer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
It did rain
Wow.
today.
Yeah, I know.
and it is
Rainy Monday. Can you imagine?
Oh man,
Karen
everybody. Let's
Carpenter?
just talk
She'd
at once.
probably-
Everybody.
Karen would probably starve herself. Too soon.
Karen would
Karen
starve herself.
Carpenter would starve herself.
Oh.
If she heard, well,
Oh.
that's too soon. She
She
died
did.
of
Yeah. Complications from
But she the one that did like the
Bulimia or
snow owl. or whatever?
anorexia.
Anorexia
I think she
Oh,
had some of
no.
both.
See,
Oh,
What?
too soon. Too
This is
soon.
I think she had some
What?
of both because family insisted that she eat.
Abraham Lincoln
Ooh.
got
So that made
killed.
her
Is that
bulimic
too
as well.
soon to tell you?
I sound
Yeah.
like an owl. See, I sound like an owl.
Was it-
But who?
He just wanted to go to the
Who are you talking?
theater to clear his head.
Silence on the air.
Well, that's because of what I just said.
I didn't hear it.
If you-
Conversation.
Repeat.
Do it,
yourself.
mic drop.
Oh well,
Mic drop.
Yeah.
it was. I think it's been about 200 plus years, so I think it's probably too soon still to make an Abraham Lincoln joke.
Yeah, I know. We're very sensitive about that 200-year-ago event.
No.
Yeah.
Said he wanted to go to. He liked to go to the theater to clear his head.
Mine just started
man,
racing
that's-
through all the
that's
documentaries I watched about Karen Carpenter.
That's,
Well, Karen Carpenter, you know.
Well, she didn't even want to sing. She wanted to be a drummer.
yep, she did.
Really?
Even after she had all the great success
She
singing.
wanted to be a one-armed drummer, but that was
Yeah.
already taken by Def Leppard.
Right.
No. They
He
came-
wasn't-
They came much later.
He actually, for having one arm, that guy can play a regular
His name's
set of drums.
Rick
really.
Allen.
Didn't they
Rick Allen.
actually put something together?
Yeah, he's all right.
Drum,
What?
drum set. Didn't they put a drum set together?
They have his professional drum set that he tours with has got pedals for everything.
That's what I thought.
But I watched a behind the scenes deal where they went to a pub that they originally had started playing in. It's just a small pub after one of their shows. And he was sitting behind an actual acoustic drum set, just a plain acoustic drum set. And that guy wailed on those drums.
Rick Allen.
He's probably a better drummer
Name
than he
drop.
was before.
Amazing.
Because if you think
Yes,
about
his
it,
mind
now
is-
how would he be if he had both? If you gave him his arm back.
That's a great segue into positive thinking because
Yeah.
his mind has to compensate for what his body cannot do.
And then he has to, and then he has to
Whoa,
produce
That's heavy
it.
stuff.
Because he can give you at least one thumbs up.
If we can get our minds
Good
to
morning, Sandra
compensate,
Yep.
like we're going to use
I hope somebody out there
Steve-O.
got that joke.
He's
Say it
driven
again.
still to achieve the same sound. So he finds a way to achieve the same sound with half of his, with one less limb, and that's an amazing thing
Hey,
when you think
I've got
about
a
it.
positive show coming up too.
and that's good. Steve-O's got some physical challenges.
Yes.
And when you overcome that, your negative energy can consume you
Yes. Exactly. Like
in
it
a
did.
minute.
And you can't help it because you have this.
But think
You
positive
can give
energy.
up. Just give
Yeah.
up on everything. Give
The
up.
same situation can turn around the way you think.
Look at my buddy Kevin.
And
okay?
then Satan, that's where he knows he can push your buttons, and then you'll feel even more down. And so when I say I feel overwhelmed, it's because Satan's coming in there feeling like, well, you're going to be down and out. There's no use in you do anything. Really? No, I don't think so. Not today.
It's like my buddy Kevin.
Today.
He had his
Not
foot and part of his leg amputated. Right? Actually, he had from the knee down amputated.
Who did?
My buddy Kevin.
Okay. And was there a positive?
There is a positive. He decided he wasn't going to let it get him down. So he, within I think like it was a really really short amount of time, he was walking with a prosthetic like in less than 3 months. He was walking
That
with
is
a prosthetic.
positive.
It's how you think.
Yeah, and and here's another way that of positive thinking, because they have different levels of prosthetics. If you plan on being active, you have to have a more expensive, specially made prosthetic with the joints in the ankle and stuff like that, and hydraulic fluid and stuff if you plan on walking a lot. And he went with the one that was just shy of running.
Yeah.
Wow. So he went
as far as being able
with
to
high tech.
yeah, but that's because he did not let it get him down. He said, "What am I going to do? Lay in bed or sit in a wheelchair and be depressed because I lost my foot, or am I going to actually overcome this
Yep.
and be able to walk?" He doesn't use a cane or anything.
Think about Jesus. We have the mind of Christ. You're thinking positive. That's an energy force right there.
Just like with me, now, I got a power chair, but I don't use it unless I absolutely have to, just because it's there, or my walker. That does, because the braces or the AFOs I have on my feet right now, legs, they're actually keeping me.
What does
from
AFO stand for?
Yeah, for those who don't know.
apparatus? Oh man, I have to look it up.
It is something to do with a leg brace.
Yes.
My
There's
son-
different kinds for different reasons, and you don't want to have one like I've got because it's hard to drive because of the hinge. It actually does this, but it doesn't. It's actually stiff enough, and I got to think about.
I'm
unless
zoomed in
you're-
on your leg, buddy.
Huh?
I like your legs. I'm zoomed in on them right now.
Yeah, they're all
Take that
Does your
however you
ankles
want.
turn like it used to anymore with
hot
that?
leg. Oh no. Hot legs. Anyway.
He's got her legs,
Rod Stewart, hot
and
legs.
he used to use them.
1978 on the way.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
They're American flags, but anyway, I got to get more educated
Terrible.
on the acronyms of AFO. Gang.
Remember, you should be dancing.
That was beautiful.
That
guys.
was
absolutely gorgeous.
2 letters of the alphabet. B
A and B.
no B and G.
BG. I'm with you, Barry.
Anyway,
Stand alive. Is that the one you're talking about?
yes.
It's amazing for a man born in 1980 to rip the 1978. To rip in the 1978 vocals right off the wall, right off the platinum.
And
Yeah.
Maurice is the only one left.
Hey, just because
Maurice
I'm
is
younger
not.
than you
He
guys
is gone.
doesn't mean I have bad taste in music.
Too
No,
soon.
that's true.
Maurice is dead.
Just
What?
saying.
Maurice died several years ago.
Maurice G.
Maurice
no,
Gibb,
Well, okay. Well, which
one of the twins. We're talking Robin and Maurice, and they're
Yeah.
both gone.
They're both gone. Well, then
Yes.
who's the old? Who's
The oldest is Barry. He's still alive.
Barry?
He's staying
Barry's
alive.
the one that's
He's
alive.
very old.
Barry is.
He's very old.
The youngest is Andy. He's gone. The other two are gone, and
It just leaves one B,
B.
G.
No G. One brother.
It
So it's just the B. Just call it B.
Just leave
I
one
picture,
G.
I picture how
What's
that
up,
would
G?
feel. I have 4 sons, and the BGs were 4 brothers. The 3 are gone. The oldest remains. I'm trying to picture my world. I'm trying to picture how that would be. Think
I
positive.
thought it was only 8:30.
At least my firstborn's still alive.
Let's think positive.
it
My
jump?
show's coming up.
Did it jump? Did the time just jump?
It did. We just jumped through time. And that being said,
Just like a
I'd like to
superhero.
thank everybody for joining us on the morning drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. We'll be sure and tune in next for Brighter Living Live, followed by Sacred Ways with Troy and Belinda Johansson. Who's your guest today?
Troy, where I don't know where he's at, but
All right,
he's my guest co-host.
He's your guest.
Troy. Sounds like a movie.
Well, you could.
It is a movie.
Troy. Troy.
So,
Tron. I thought it was
anyways,
Tron. Anyway.
so we'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
Johnny Rooster.
and this has been
The
Morning Drive.